Hey guys, John from ARTV. This is where I break down albums for you guys and hopefully influence your decision one way or the other. Do I check out this album or do I skip it? Today I'm going to be talking about the new project from Spencer Chamberlain, who hails from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Something to be proud of from my state. He's the former leader of Under Oath, and the new project is called Sleepwave. The debut album is titled Broken Compass. Over the years, I never considered myself an Under Oath fan. A ton of my friends were into this band growing up all throughout middle school, high school, especially with me going to a Christian school. They were obviously huge because they were labeled in that Christian scene, something that they later tried to kind of step away from after their drummer Aaron left. I really felt like he was kind of the anchor there that kept them rooted in the Christian music realm. They always tried to be the band that was the Christian band on the tour, and they would purposely tour with all of these secular groups. And it was interesting, I guess, for a while, but then Spencer started questioning his faith, kind of stepped away from that, and some people might be surprised with the content that is on this Sleepwave record. In fact, a lot of it is very hateful, and there, spoiler alert, is some cursing on the final track on the record, the title track, Broken Compass. He says the F-bomb 2 or 3 times. He did, "Don't save me, I'll save my fucking self." And I was, not surprised personally, but I feel like some fans are gonna hear this and just freak out because, oh my god, I thought they were a Christian group. Sleepwave is in no way Christian music, and I don't understand why some of it is still being labeled as such. I'm sure that offends Spencer Chamberlain because, it probably irks him as an artist that he's tried so hard to move away from that, but he just can't. On to the music itself though, because none of that really matters too much. The music itself presents itself in kind of a hard rock, mainstream alternative feel, honestly. There are some screams on there, so don't fret too much. Don't think that they've gone totally soft or anything like that. Spencer's vocals come across quite rough at times, and I can't say that I've ever considered myself a huge fan of his vocals, but I think that they sound better here than they have really in any other release I've heard them on. You're gonna hear some electronics flare up in tracks like Disgusted Disguised, Through the Looking Glass, which is honestly one of the most boring tracks on this record. And they even come in on tracks and are utilized in a really cool way on cuts like Paper Planes. That's the opener on this record, and honestly one of the best ones. It comes across very empowered, and I actually feel what he's getting across in that song. And that's why I think it stands out so much to me, because of his vocal performance. The guitars are toned really well and come across as hard hitting. There's some synthesizers and some electronic flair in the background, and that makes for a very nice mix and a nice blend, honestly. Another one that's actually really doing quite well for me on this one would be Repeat Routine, along with the track that I feel like stands so far above a lot of the others, Hold My Head Up. I feel like a lot of the tracks on this record kind of have a lull in there where they kind of build up and really don't pay off because of like a breakdown or whatever, or the chorus just isn't that intense. But I think Hold My Head Up does a great job of actually kind of building on something. There's building blocks that are actually working towards a really cool end result. That one comes across very angry and very angsty, and I think it's one of the most well-written tracks on this Sleepwave album. Spencer sings, "Every last one of them could choke for all I care," and it just, I don't know, it comes across conveying a very dark message, but at the same time, I think it gets the job done. The Wolf is one of the tracks that was released preceding this album, and I didn't really get into it at first, but I think it's clicking with me a little bit more now. There's actually a few screams in there on that one, and I think I failed to mention that there are a couple of screams on that track, Hold My Head Up, that I like so much. They're a little bit distant, but they're still there. And I think on The Wolf, it was done in a very artistic way, in a sense that he did it because that was the emotion that was there, and that's what was needed on that track. I feel like if he had screamed on this entire record, then it kind of just would have been a nostalgia trip, and it wouldn't have been for really anything else or really served any other purpose. I think that they were all crafted in a way that were something new, but at the same time can serve as a really good bridge in between like Under Oath and Sleepwave. Now, all of these positive things being said, there are a lot of really boring and dull moments in this record. Whole Again, Replace Me, Through the Looking Glass, and even Broken Compass. Sure, there are some kind of powerful lyrics on that one. Like I said, "Don't save me, I'll say my fucking self, but at the same time it's just kind of whiny and comes across that way a lot on this record. It's like the lyrics were kind of all written in the same week or something like that, because they seem to harp on the same subjects a whole lot. I just don't think that sticking to the formula on a lot of this record is what they exactly needed for a really solid debut. Overall, I am enjoying a handful of these tracks a whole lot, like the ones I mentioned, but I don't think that this is something that's going to stay on repeat for me. Even the tracks that I like the most will probably, within the next, couple of months, kind of fade out for me. I'm going with a 3 out of 5 on this record. If you've heard it, let me know your thoughts on it in the comments section down below. You can always check the description for my favorites and least favorite tracks. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The links are in the description down below. If you would like to check out my last review that I did, you can click right here. Or you can go over to my second channel by clicking right here. I do track reviews, music news, things of that nature. I have a couple of series on there, like my Letter from a Fan series. You guys can send stuff to the P.O. Box and be featured on that show. The information is in the description down below. Thank you for watching my review of the debut album from Sleepwave. If you have any requests for future albums you'd like to see me review, you can leave those in the comment section down below. I will see you very soon right here on ARTV, Beyond the Reviews.